In this video, I'm going to show you how to build your keychain. So here on this screen, you can see my keychain, and here are the dimensions you'll need to follow in order for this to print out correctly on the CNC laser. So we've got an outer red circle of 2.25 by 2.25 inches. We've got this little bell top here that'll be this dimension, 0.75 times 0.25. And we've got a hole for our keychain. And then we have another blue line here, which will scribe. The laser will cut this into the wood, but won't cut all the way through. These red lines will get all the way cut through. And then we have an image and some text. And so the first thing you need to do is open up Corel Draw, which you'll find on your desktop, this icon right here. So when you open this up, you're going to end up on a screen like this. And what you want to go and do is open a file, new. You want to title this file using your name. So I'm going to title it Marsden E. I'm going to put period 1. And I'm going to title what this project is, which is Keychain. So it needs to be set up like this so we can find it to print it. You need to make sure that this is clicked here, is RGB. And everything else should be the same, or just set this like, and you click OK. And then here is a new page for you. Right here we have the full sheet that fits inside the laser, but your sheet is going to be only 3 by 3 inches. So up here, right here, we're going to click on here and we're going to change this to 3. We're going to change this to 3. And now this outline is the workspace you have to work in. Now with your mouse, you can use the scrolling button to make it larger and smaller. Okay, with that, let's go back to the keychain. So we have all these pieces. How do we get them? How do we do this? So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and remove my image here. So I'm going to highlight it all. That's a left click. And then I'm just going to drag this over here so we can kind of see it, but it's not in our box here. So I'm going to keep moving this a little bit farther over. Okay, so first thing I want to do is do this outer circle. So I'm going to draw it out in this space. So on the far left side is this circle. I'm going to click on that. And if I hold the control key down at the same time, I can draw a circle. Oops, let's try that again. I'll click on that. I hold the control key. It'll draw a perfect circle for me. But we want to make sure it's 2.5 by 2.5. So up in here, back here in this box, we want to change this to 2.5 by 2.5. And that's going to be the size of our circle here. We need to make this red, and the red is very important. So we're going to click on this so it's selected, and we're going to go down here, and we're going to double click on this pen down here at the far bottom right. Double click on the pen, and up pops this outline pen. So we're going to click on the color, and we want to choose these 3 bars here. Okay, it may open up like this. We want to choose this one here, the sliders. And then for this, we want this to be 100% red. So we're going to take this slider and slide it all the way over until it reaches 255. So that's set 255. Green is 0, blue is 0. And then once we do that, we can click the X. Now we need to change the width to what's called hairline. Hairline tells the computer, the laser printer, what to do with this. And what it tells it to do is to cut this line through our piece of wood. And we click OK. And we can take this and we can drag it on over into our space here. Okay. All right, so we got that first part finished. Now, we want to add this little piece right here for our keychain, which is a red hairline at 0.75 by 0.25. So we'll grab our circle, draw a circle. Doesn't matter the size because we're going to change it up here. The width is going to be 0.75. And the height of this is going to be 0.25. Now we have our, whoops. Okay, so once we've done that, make sure we click the arrow here. So now we can manipulate it down here. Now we need to change the color to red hairline. So we'll do the same thing we did for the other circle. Double click here, change this to red by sliding the slider all the way over till it reaches 255. Click the X and then change the width to be hairline. And click OK. Now we want to get this to, let's see if I can change this a bit. Oh, it's too small. We want to move this to here so it lines up exactly with this. So we're going to grab this, the X here, make sure we're on our selection here, and we're going to grab the center X and we're going to slide it over until it reads quadrant. And as soon as we've done that, we let go. So now we have where we want it on our image, but we want to also, we only want this part to print, not this. So we need to cut these two lines off. And how we do that is we come over here to this tool. We're going to click on the small triangle. And we're going to use the virtual segment delete. Looks like a little knife. We'll click on that. And then we just pull this over and we're going to slice through the two lines we don't want. And they disappear. Then we go back here and select our pointer. All right, what do we do next? Keychain hole, red hairline equal 0.2 by 0.2. All right, so by now you're getting the feel of this. I'm going to grab a circle, draw a circle out, doesn't matter. And come up here and change this to 0.2 by 0.2. We want to select it again, go down here, double click on our pen, change it to red. Change this to hairline. Click OK. And then we're just going to grab this. Just going to grab this and place it. We don't want it too close to the edge up there. So about right there is a good spot. And you can always use the arrow keys to nudge it in small directions if you choose to. Okay. Now we have an inner blue circle. So inner blue circle, 0.5 by 0.5. So again, grab the circle, make a circle, change it to 1.5, 1.5. This time we're going to make this edge blue. So it's selected. It's got the squares all around it. So I can double click on the pen below on the bottom right. And I'm going to click color. But this time I'm going to leave the red and green alone, and I'm going to slide this blue slider all the way over till it reads 255. And then again, it needs to be hairline. And click OK. And now we're going to grab the center. See how when I come here it goes center? That means that I'm exactly in the center of the circle. And when I drag over into the other circle, we're going to see another center pop up. And that's where I want to drop this. So it's in the center of the other circle. And we have more complicated drawings. There's some other techniques we can use. Okay, now we can do the things that you'd like to do, the different pieces you want. So we're going to go and find, we want to open up a Google, and we want to type in something like, okay, my mom really loved Garfield, the cat. So I'm going to type in Garfield, black and white image. Now the black and white image is important because that without black and white, like for example, colored images will not work on this. Too complex images like this will not work. You need a black line, something that's black line drawing. This one. Right click, there we go. Copy image. Then I'm going to go back to my drawing and I'm going to click paste. Whoa, that is way too big. So we're going to have to find an edge to bring my Garfield picture a bit down in size, and a lot way down in size, so we can get it down to the size that we can use it in this drawing. All right, so I'm going to grab it, pull it closer to my image here. Let's see if I can get myself back in view. So when I went to import my Garfield image, I lost track of all of this. It was really too tiny. So what I had to do is I had to go up here under View and click on Zoom to Fit. And that brought everything that I was working on back into the picture. So I can still bring some of this down. I got to bring this pretty far down here. And then I can grab the selector here. Oops, I have to delete that. Grab the selector. I deleted that with a Control Z, which removes it, goes backwards. So I can put my image right there. And now I want to do some text. So here's the text tool. And a lot of us are used to clicking and dragging and creating a text box. This won't work for what we're doing. So don't do this. Go ahead and delete that. Hit Control Z again. All you want to do is click the text and then start clicking on here, and we could say, I love Garfield. Okay, because that's what my mom did. And so I can highlight, now I can highlight this and I can change its font size. So that's just too plain for something like this. I'm going to find a font that I think would be really cool in here, maybe a dark font, something with some clever style. Oh, I like that one. Let's try that one. Oh, that's kind of fun. Let's see what happens with that. And then I'm going to come up here under text and I'm going to click on Fit Text to Path. Fit Text to Path is going to allow me to drag the text over. I'm going to drag the text over. Oh, now maybe it'll do that. Text, Fit Text to Path, and it should, there we go. Now it's taken my I love Garfield and made a curve on this. Now, sometimes when I do this, it actually is upside down and backwards. And if you find that to be true, you can use these two buttons. These are mirror modes. You would click this once and this once, and it would turn it around so it actually goes the way you want. So, and you can move this any way you want. You can put it over here. So if I did put it over here, if I wanted it here, or if I wanted it, I wanted it a little farther over. Let's see if it'll let me. It's not going to let me. You don't want it too close to your cut line, and you don't want it too close to this line too, so you might do some nudging with your, but so like this, I would need to do some mirroring maybe. Click it this way. One there and one there, and now I have my I love Garfield in a readable position. And I can choose to do something on this side too if I wanted to. Okay, but I am going to, I'm going to select this. I'm going to bring it back down here. And I'm going to click this mirror horizontally once and this mirror vertically once. And now my text is in relatively the right place. There we go. Okay. So this is ready to print. But first, before we do that, we need to save it.